I'm Olivia Ferguson.
I'm Holly Bazareski.
I'm Rachael Thomas.
I'm Emma Vandenberg.
I'm Katrina McCullough.
I'm Lindsay Zaremba.
And we're the Threads 20th Anniversary Public Relations and Sponsorship Committee. As the director of the Public Relations and Sponsorship Committee, I was in charge of overseeing 6 individuals that created the image on social media for the show. We promoted the show in many different outlets through fundraisers and promotion of different areas. And we really buckled down on trying to get ad sales and sponsorships because overall that's what creates the show's funding since we are a non-for-profit.
I would describe the position as a role that is really pivotal in the overall Threads community. We gain sponsorships and ads throughout the community to raise money for the Threads fashion show. And also we contact like past alumni and just other people to try and promote the show and get people to come out for the show.
So this year's theme for Threads Fashion Show was the evolution over the 20 years. The evolution was focusing on fashion over the 20 years, just different looks, different details, different colors that we try to put into our look on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and also in the designer's clothes to represent that theme that we're going for. I think it's very important for the PR committee to understand the theme just because again, we're the face of Threads Fashion Show, and if we don't understand the theme, no one else is going to understand the theme, and that's very important, especially with the theme we did this year, the 20th anniversary. We wanted that specific look, that specific theme, and if we don't understand it, no one else will.
Getting ads, going out to local businesses and seeing if they would like to purchase an ad for our program or sponsor our show. They can also donate if they would rather do that. We've had some businesses donate gift baskets that we gave out at Threads promotional events. So it's really just building relationships with local businesses to partner up with our show.
And this is one of the most important tasks. I cannot reiterate this enough. Without these ads and sponsorships, the show would not be possible, and working together and really networking and reaching out is so necessary. Reaching out to different companies, calling, following up, like really connecting and building that relationship is very important, and our program and the whole show, like I said earlier, would not be possible without all of these sponsorships and ads and all their help and donations.
Okay, so I ran the Threads Facebook page.
I ran the Threads Twitter.
I ran the Threads Instagram. So my experience with the Instagram was to capture the theme for the show. I posted 3 times a week to lead up to the show, and our theme was to have a very simple yet detailed look for the evolution of Threads Fashion Show over the 20 years.
With Twitter, I was kind of along the same lines. We kept the theme on a platform that was more interactive, so I focused on getting retweets and favorites. And then I was also looking for outside resources, such as fashion shows or bottle pictures, to retweet that really went with our theme of evolution.
I gave really in-depth posts about like the events, the different fundraisers that we did, just a lot of promotional heavy things like posters and all that. And I really got to also see like the interactions that we got, because at the bottom of each post you can see how many people saw it, how many people shared it, whether those posts were organic or if we were able to pay for people to see that stuff. So it was a really great experience.
For social media, you have to be on top of it. You can easily lose as much as you gain within a day if you're not keeping consistent with posting and with the theme, and if you look off. And there was instances where we accidentally posted the wrong thing. Make sure you double check everything that you post.
You always have to remember that you are a professional representative for a show. So when like either of us were posting, we had to make sure we weren't talking as if it was one of us, like this is Rachel, this is Ethan, this is Lindsay. It was this is Threads.
Committee, we didn't do one, we did 2 fundraisers. You're really just supposed to do one for the class, but we did 2. We did, our very first one was our Buffalo Wild Wings fundraiser, so anybody who presented the flyer that we made to Buffalo Wild Wings, they got 20% of their purchase dedicated towards Threads. So that was really good. We had a pretty great turnout, and we felt that was the best because everybody loves Buffalo Wild Wings. It's super close to campus, so we did that. Our second fundraiser was Dogs and Donuts. That was really cute because we stood outside the University Center with we had a couple of different dogs and we sold donuts. So that was a great interactive experience because again, everybody loves dogs, so we knew that would be a great attraction point. And we did it at a time when people are really, there's a lot of traffic going on through the University Center, so a lot of people stop by. And we made close to $400 on those two fundraisers, so we are really happy with that.
So for our Fashion Week, we contacted the cheer team and we held signs up around campus trying to promote, like make sure the cheerleaders were bundled up, make sure they were taken care of, and we needed to make sure we promoted at like peak times. We stood outside prominent areas. We stood outside Warner Hall by the Seal, and we stood outside the UC, so when the student traffic was at its peak times, we would promote Threads and make sure that the word got out there. Definitely try to find something that's going to reach other people than fashion students. Fashion students will come to the show, but getting the word out there about the program to other students and make sure that they're constantly involved with the show too is very important.
Some obstacles that the committee faced were probably on communication issues. It's really hard when you have 6 different personalities with a lot of different tasks to delegate. So trying to find time and creating deadlines and making sure everyone stays on track when you're just one person and in charge of 6 is probably the biggest obstacle that we had.
Throughout the course, I would say the biggest obstacle that we faced was just lack of time. In the future, I feel like starting earlier would definitely benefit the group.
One obstacle we faced was not getting enough ads or sponsorships. I think one problem was that we waited a little bit too long to start getting ads and sponsorships. So we overcame that by dividing up businesses, and we each had a business that we would contact that week and see if they would give us a donation.
A tip I would give to next year's committee is just make sure that you're constantly scheduling and that you're always on time and that you're constantly communicating with your team.
Tip for next year's committee is just each week try your best to meet the deadlines that were set. If you have questions, ask questions, always keep in contact with your director, and you should be fine.
A tip for next year's committee is to plan, stay on top of everything, get a planner, mark it down because it does come fast. Before you know it, it is showtime and you have to plan it. You have to have an amazing show, so yeah.
As a director, my tip for next year would definitely be it's okay to be a little strict with things because as a committee, there are so many tasks, especially that PR is assigned. So definitely try your best to make sure everybody has deadlines and meets them, and just overall work hard and you'll see the results at the end and it's so worth it.
Hi, we are the 2018 producers, and here's some advice about the PR committee. My biggest advice is be outgoing.
And mine is definitely be organized. The committee, there's just so much to do. People don't even think about everything that goes on in PR. But if you stay organized, you'll get everything done.
My advice is to promote. That means posting online at least 4 to 5 times every week.
My one piece of advice for the PR and sponsorship committee is to make sure to hit the pavement earlier and go out and seek sponsorships. This last year, that was one area where I felt like we could do a lot better on. We need to make sure we look for community partners to help support us as well as we can support them. Good luck.
Okay, so 2019 PR committee, I just want to say good luck, work hard, and you'll have a very successful committee just as I did.